Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs, no matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Imagine 20 yards were dumb. You stand, turn and face the east. You're going to say the prayers first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Everyone repeat after me. Abanawa, Tabashamayim, Kodash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahweh, Malakutka, Sabbath, Ratadaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ratisa, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Nathananawa, Rakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawaf Yanawa, Wala'a, Dabaya'anawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Abshainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparash, La'aiwalungan, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Akak the power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babu Kusha, Nathanana, Hakak, Dara Pa'at, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarai, Hakak, Hakwak, Lahakway, Hamaki, Hakak, Al Wakawa, Atama'ala, the Garshan, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water of money. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalm chapter 121. I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, YAHANNA. What's that? My Yun, Yabaa, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemaiah, Wa'aratiza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Alyanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Ashamash, Ayakaka, Wayarak, Layala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makorah, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'atka, Waba Wa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ayadawalam. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yashar'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forward and even forevermore. Psalm 83. Allahayah. Al Damayalaka. Al Dakarash. Wa Al Dashakwat. Al Kayahana. Abiyagika. Yahaman Wa Masanayaka. Nasha Awa. Wa Ash. Al Imaka. Yaira Yamu. Sawa. Wa Yata Yaita the Wa. Magoya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Sam Yasha'Allah. Iwa. Kaya. Now I was like it. Now I Tazawa. La. Nikadi. Alyaka. Barya. Yakaratwa. Ahoya. Adawam. Wayasamai Alayam. Mawa'abu. Wahagari. Gabal. Aimawan. Wa'amalak. Palashat. Ainyashabi. Tazawar. Gum Ashawar. Nalawa. And Mum. Hayawa. Darawat. Nabanyalawat. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kamadi. Kasaya Sara'a. Kayabi. Banakal. Koyasu. Nashamari. Ba'ayanda Ara. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Say someone. Nadayamu. Ka'ira. Wakazahaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazalmanat, Karnasiakamu, Ashar, Amaru, Na Yarasha, Lanawa, Ak, Na'awa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Kayatumwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapanyulaka, Ka'ash, Daba Ayu Ya'ayu, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Daradabni, Basa Iraka, Wabasa Wapati, Dabahala, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashi, Samka, Yahweh, Mubashi, Wayabahawa, Ayja'ad, Wayakapara, Wayabadi, Wayada'ayu, Kaya, Asa, Samka, Yahweh, Nabate, Ayumun, Al-Kal Ha'arati. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yashar'Allah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against me, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab, and the Hagarim, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. So Lot, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make the nobles like a red, and like Jaed. Yeah, all their princes, as Zabah and as Amun, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Blessing. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? Why Mayaka'ala? Why Alahaya? Matazab Ya'ah? Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawapim. Ha Sarani. Ha Katadani. Ha Kayayoyi. Why Ha Akwati? Yahweh. by Shem Yahushai, the water of money. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak, Lanawa, YAHANNA, YAHANNA, Zakaria, Barak, Rakah, Magun, Hagun, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water of money. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect us in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Yajimata, hands down. Shabia, which means you be seated. Never do this for the Sabbath. That's what we did today. SHALAM. Get to it. Clap it up. All right, let me adjust this camera real quick. Get to it. All right. Shalom, Princess Nizamana, our usual suspect. Shalom to everybody else out there watching. If you ain't checked in. All right, so we're going to read the book of Leviticus. We'll start at chapter 14, verse 17. So now's the time when you open up your Torah, if you have one, or you can go to the Blue Letter Bible app or website on your phone and follow along with us in the Hebrew. All right. Book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 17, in the Hebrew. Wa mayathar hashaman ashar al kapwa wathan hakahan al tanawad. Feel like it. Da na waka azan ha matahar ha haya manayat wa'al bahan ya yadwa ha yaman ya wa'al bahan ra like it regalwa ha ya manayat al dam ha asham wa ha nawathar. Back to verse 18. Bashaman ashar al Kapa Hakahan Yathan al Ra'ash Ha Matahar Wa Kapar Al Yawa Hakahan Lapunya Yahweh. Verse 19. Wa Aisha Hakahan Ath Ha Kata'ath Wa Kapar al Ha Matahar Mata Ma'athwa Wa'akar Yashakat Ath Ha'aylah. Verse 20. Waha'ayalha Ha'kahan Ath Ha'aylah Wa'ath Ha'ma-nakah Ha'ma-zabakha Wa'kapar Al-Yuwa Ha'kahan Wa'tahar. Verse 21. Wa'am Dala Hawa'a Wa'ayan Yadwa Ma Shagat Walakah. It's like a Malakwak. Kabash Akkad Asham La Manawapa La Kapar Alyawa Wayasharwan. What's like that? Wa'aisharwan. Salat Akkad Ba Lawal Ba Shaman La Manaka Walaga Mashan. Verse 22. Wa Shatya Darayam Awa Shanya Banya Yawanya. It's like a Yawanha Ashar Da Shaga Yadwa Wahaya Akkad Ta'at Wa Akkad Ayla. 23. Wahabaya'at Atham Bayawam Ha Shamayanya La Tahar Thawa or La Taharathwa All Ha-Kahan All Pathak Ahal Mawa'id Lapanya Yahweh. Verse 24. Walakwak Ha-Kahan Ath Kabash Ha Asham Wa'ath Laga Ha Shaman La Ha Nayap Atham Ha-Kahan Thana Wapa Lapanya Yahweh. 25. Wa Shakat Ath Kabash Ha Asham Walakwak Ha-Kahan Madam Ha Asham Wanathan Al Thana Wad Azan Ha-Ma Tahar Hayaman Ya Wa'ayl Bahan Yadwa Hayaman Ya Wa'ayl Bahan Regalu Ha-Yaman Ya Waman Ha-Shaman Yatazakwa Ha-Kahan Al Kapa Ha-Kahan Ha-Shama All Ya. Was that 26? All right, boom. All right, in the English, Leviticus chapter 14, verse 17. And of the rest of the oil that is in his hand shall the priest put upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand. Of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering. Verse 18. And the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall pour upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, and the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so what we're talking about is the law of the leper. All right, what is leper? We just talked about this, or we just prayed about this in the prayers. You know what I'm saying? The power to heal the lepers. What is a leper? All right. A leper is someone who has basically what Michael Jackson had, right? Skin turned white. All right. There's nothing new under the sun. Just like Michael Jackson turned white in our time, people turned white in biblical times. Understand? And we know that, of course, if you can turn white, then you must not be white. You have to not be white in the beginning to be able to turn white. You understand? So we are seeing in our time what took place when this was going on in the Bible. You understand? So we're talking about the law of the leper and cleansing lepers, because it's an unclean thing to have leprosy. It's an unclean thing for your skin to turn white. All right, which is so heavy and so, poetic, that you become unclean if your skin turns white. Now, that's not to say if you are a light-skinned person, if you have, less what they call melanin than others, that you're unclean. You know what I'm saying? That's just your skin tone. All right, so we got Puerto Rican brothers who are very light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? They have less melanin in their skin than, some Haitians or some Jamaicans or me or myself. You know what I'm saying? They have less melanin than, Captain Zaria. You know what I'm saying? Captain Zaria is a light-skinned brother. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, they'll call him Red. And there's brothers that have that type of skin. Captain Katasa, we would call that, you know what I'm saying? A brother that's, light-skinned like that, yellow. You know what I'm saying? Or a sister, we call it a sister a yellow bone or a red bone. All right. So it's not to say that if you have lighter skin that you're unclean, but leprosy that turns your skin white, or like Michael Jackson's skin, it is unclean. Okay, just like the white man is unclean. The white man is an unclean, murderous bastard. And it's the same thing that happened to Cain when he unalived his brother Abel. That mark that was put on him was, you can call it leprosy. His skin turned white. Okay, his blood showed through his skin, and so therefore everybody knew that this man was a man of blood. This man was a killer. This man was a murderer. All right. So you get that is an uncleanness. You know what I'm saying? But there's a law to deal with that uncleanness. And we're reading about that right now. All right. So he's going to wash himself. He's going to wash his clothes. He's going to even go off into a tent by himself for a number of days. All right. So let's continue. There's going to be a trespass offering. He's going to get oil poured over his head, in his extremities and things like that. Verse 18, in the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall pour upon the head of him that is to be cleansed. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord. Verse 19. So there's a cleansing ritual, so to speak, that happens with the uncleanness of leprosy. All right, which is why we pray for the power to cleanse the lepers. All right, Shalom, Amatia. Going on, sis. Verse 19. And the priest shall offer the sin offering and make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed from his uncleanness. And afterward he shall kill the burnt offering. Verse 20, and the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meat offering upon the altar. Right. Verse 21, and if he be poor and cannot get so much, then he shall take one lamb for a trespass. In fact, for a trespass offering, to be weighed, to make an atonement for him, and 1/10 deal of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, and a log of oil. Verse 22. And 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, such as he is able to get. And so, real quick, turtle doves and pigeons. First of all, I just want to point out the fact the Most High's favorite bird is the turtle, well, is the dove. Okay, the turtle dove is very similar to a pigeon. Pigeons are doves, if y'all didn't know that. I know they seem like, just regular old, they basically, in New York, I think they're the equivalent to rats. I think pigeons are like the equivalent to rats in New York. But they're actually a clean bird. And they are, beautiful birds. So much so that the Most High sees value in them. That's the only reason why you would sacrifice something. It's the only reason why you would sacrifice an animal like that, is if it has value. You wouldn't sacrifice something that does not have value, right? Turtle doves and pigeons have value. They're very valuable birds, even though we see them all the time. Even though they come a dime a dozen. You understand? These pigeons are a beautiful creature that the Lord loves. All right, I just wanted to point that out. So it says, 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, such as he is able to get, and the one shall be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. Verse 23. And he shall bring them on the 8th day for his cleansing unto the priest, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. Verse 24. And the priest shall take the lamb of the trespass offering and the log of oil, and the priest shall wave them for wave offering. Not too long ago, we went over what burnt offerings, wave offerings, trespass offerings, sin offerings, and the like are. All right. So you might want to check out those videos in our playlist. You understand? Go back to our videos on the I.S.U.P.K Louisiana channel on YouTube and check out those videos. You understand? So that you can refresh yourself with what these different types of offerings are. All right. So now we're talking about a wave offering. The priest shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. And he shall kill the lamb of the trespass offering. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering and put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. Verse 26. And the priest shall pour of the oil into the palm of his hand, into the palm of his own left hand. All right. Now we're going to jump back into the Hebrew, and just to answer the question of why don't we do those things today? Why don't we do the same type of sacrifices, these same type of rituals today? Because there's no temple in Babylon. Okay, we are in Babylon. We are in Sodom and Egypt right now. Okay, we are in enemy territory. This is not our territory. This is not our kingdom. So we don't have a temple to be able to do. Remember, before all these sacrifices and things were made, they built the temple first. Right? They built the temple. This is following coming out of Egypt. Right? They didn't have a temple in Egypt. They left Egypt and found a place where they can set up the temple, and they set up the temple. Okay? Shalom, Rakah. Y'all Shamar, Tabashim Y'all Shah. All the sisters that's is live with us. You understand? We are in Leviticus, the 14th chapter. I'm about to read verse 27 in the Hebrew. So yeah, there was no temple. We built the temple. Now we have no temple once again. Okay, so once we get the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get that temple. All right, so let's get some more Hebrew. Wa akahan ba'atazab aywa. Ya hayaman ya mana ha shaman ashar al kapar ha sama all ya shaba'ai ha'aymiyam la panya Yahweh. Verse 28. Wa Nathan Hakahan Mana Ha Shaman Ashar al Kapwa al Sanawak Azan Ha Matahar Haya Man Ya Wa al Bahan Yadwa Ha Yaman Ya Wa al Bahan Ragalwa Ha Yaman Ya al Makwam Dam Ha Asham. 29. Wa Hana Wathar Mana Ha Mashan Ashar al Kapa Hakahan Yathan al Ra'ash Ha Matahar the Kapar al Yawa Panya Yahweh. Verse 30. Wa Aisha Ath Ha'akad Mana Ha Thuriyam Awa Mana Banya Hayawana Ma'ashar Ta Shayag Aidawa Rusalagi Yadwa. Verse 31. Af Ashar Ta Shayag Yadwa Af Ha Ta'af wa Akad Aila Al Manka wa Kapar Akahan Al Matahar Lapanya Yahweh. Verse 32. Za'af Tawrath Ashar Bawa Nagai Taza Ra'aita Ashar La'a Ta Shayag Yadwa Ba Taharathwa. Verse 33. Waya Debar Yahweh Al Mashah Wa Al Ha'aran La'amar. Verse 34. Kaya Taba'awa Al Aratiza Kana Aiwa. So like Kana Ain Ashar Anya Nathan Lakam La Akaza Wa Natatai Wa Nathapia Nagai Tazara'ai Baba Yah Aratiza Aza Ha Kazakam. 35. Waba'a Ashar Lawa Bayaf Hagayad Akahan La'mar Kana Gai Nara'a Laya Babayaf. 36. Wa Tazawa Akahan Wa Panya. So like Wa Panwa Ah Habaya Ba Taram Yaba'a Akahan Lara Awaf Ah Nagai Wala'a Ya Tama'a Call Ashar Baba Yat Wa Akar Kan Yaba'a Akahan La Awaf Af Abayah in the English. Book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 27. And the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger some of the oil that is in his left hand 7 times before the Lord. And the priest shall put of the oil that is in his hand upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the place of the blood of the trespass offering. Verse 29. And the rest of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, to make an atonement for him before the Lord. And he shall offer the one of the turtle dove, or of the young pigeon, such as he can get, even such as he is able to get, one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, with the meat offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him. That is to be cleansed before the Lord. Now remember, a burnt offering does not get eaten, right? It gets burnt all the way up. Princess Labaya, Shalom, sis. What's going on with you? A burnt offering does not get eaten. It gets burnt, right? That's the word. That's hence the word burnt offering, right? But a meat offering, right? The meat offering is what is eaten, okay? And the priest shall make an atonement for it. That is to be cleansed before the Lord. Verse 32. This is the law of him whom is the plague of leprosy, whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to his cleansing, whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to his cleansing. Okay, so leprosy, the unclean thing, man, it happens. It happened with Michael Jackson. I mean, it can happen to anyone. It's an unclean thing. Here, this is how you deal with it. It's the law of dealing with leprosy. All right, now cleansing a leper's house. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 34, when ye be come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of your possession. And he that owneth the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, it seemeth to me there is as it were a plague in the house. 36. Then the priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest go into it to see the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean. And afterward the priest shall go into the shall go in to see the house. 37. Oh no, that's it. Slightly. All right, so now we're gonna go back into the Hebrew. It means so now we're dealing with leprosy of the house. Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 37 in Hebrew. Wara'af, af, an naga'ai, YAHANNA, anaga'ai, ba fayaraf, abayah, shakwa ai rawa. It's like shakwa ai rawa ra. It's a tongue twister. Shakwa ai rawa ra. Ya rakwa rak kwa. Ya rak Parakwa. Awa Adamad Adamad Yamath Wa Mara'a Yahan Shapal Mana Ha Kwayar. Verse 38. Waya Taza'a Hakahan Mana Habaya All Pathak Habayat Wa Ha Sagayar Ath Habayat Shaba'ai Yamayam. Verse 39. Washab Hakahan Bayawam Ha Shabayaya Wara'aha Wa Ha Wahana Pasha Ha Nagai Ba Kwayara Abayah. Verse 40. Wa Tazawa Hakahan Wa Allah Tazawa Ha Abanyam Ashar Bahan Ha Nagai Wa Ha Shalayakwa Tahan All Ma Kawatza La Ayar All Ma Kawam Tama'a. Verse 41. Ma'ath Habayah Ya Kwatazai Ha Ma Bayath Sabayab Wa Shabay Wa Pakwa Ath Ha Aipar Ashar Ha Kwatazawa All Ma Kawataza La Ayar All Ma Kwam Sama'a. Verse 42. Wala Kwakwa Abanyam Akar Wa Abaya All the Kaf Abanyam Wa Ipar Akar Yakwak Wasak Af Bayah. Verse 43. Ya Shawab Ha Nagai Wa Parak Ba Bayah Akar Palatiza Af Ha Abanyam Wa Akarya Ha Kwataza Wa Af Ha Bayah Wa Akarya Ha Sayak. Verse 44. Wa Ba'a Hakahan Wa Ra'aha Wa Hana Pasha Ha Nagai Babayah Tazar Ra'ai Ma'ara Ha Wa'a Babayah Sama'a Ha Wa'a. Verse 45. Wana Kataza Ath Ha Bayah Ath Abanyawaya. It's like Abanyawa Wa'ath Aitazayawa Wa'ath called Ipar Ha Bayath Waha Wataza Ya'a All Mako Wataza La Ayar All Makowam Sama'a. Verse 46. Wa Haba'a All Habayath called Yamya Ha Sagayar Atwa Wa Sama'a Aid Ha Aibar Saga Aid Ha Aira in the English. the book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 37. And he shall look on the plague, and behold, if the plague be in the walls of the house, with hollow straits, greenish or reddish, which in sight are lower than the wall, then the priest shall go out of the house to the door of the house and shut up the house 7 days. Now, I don't have anything to compare this to except maybe mold, but I don't think mold is the same thing. I don't have anything to compare it to today. Like how I compared it to Michael Jackson with the leprosy in the skin. I can't think of anything at the moment except for mold, right? Because mold sometimes has greenish colors, sometimes it has reddish colors, right? You have green, or if you're seeing green, black, or red on your walls, you got mold, all right? So this only thing I can compare it to. I don't think it's the same thing. But just think mold on your wall. Just think, seeing your wall, and down the walls, you see green or red color. Okay? That's mold. All right? So that house is unclean. But that goes to show you how we dealt with cleanliness or cleanness in biblical times. You know what I'm saying? Like, people love to say that the Bible or science and the Bible don't go together. When the Bible is science. We study. These are things that we know. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we dealt with. Why do you think that black people sent white people to the moon? Like, black women did that. Why do you think black people have invented the GPS? You understand? The satellite, the computer, the telephone, traffic lights. Why do you think black people have created so many inventions? Because it's what we've been dealing with. You understand? It's in our DNA. We go back to the Bible. We go back to biblical times. We've always dealt with science. We've always dealt with chemistry. We've always dealt with all of these things. The black man was the first heart surgeon. Why? Because it's in our DNA. We just constantly we're innovative at, just in our blood. You understand? This is who we are. It's not something that we became. It's not something we learned. It's just who we are. We have always been these people, which is how you know we are the children of God. It's how you know we are the Israelites. All right? All you got to do is read the Bible. Who does this sound like? You understand? Who's quarantining like this? Who's like, hey, yo, get out this house. You got something going on in your house. You got a plague of something going on in your house. We need to lock this thing down. And we need to cleanse it. Who else is clean like that? Who else is like, hey, man, you got something going on in your skin. We need to bring you over here, set you aside, and deal with this issue so it don't spread. You know what I'm saying? The damn sure like the white man, he actually put the diseases in blankets and gave it to other people. It's like, yeah, man, I'm good. Come here, take my hand. Come here. Bring it in. Come on, bring it in. Like, that's white people. You understand? That's white people. You got bumps on your skin, dude. Your flesh is falling off right now. You want me to give you a hug and a fist bump and a dap and a handshake and all these things, a kiss and all that stuff? No. Your lip got bumps on it. I'm not kissing you. You understand? Because we don't deal with each other like that. Why do you think the black plague spread so fast? They're just dirty and disgusting. They never believed in quarantine. It's not their culture. We didn't believe in staying away from each other. I mean, how many times I've watched so many shows like on Netflix and Hulu, things like that, where they show how they actually, they say art imitates life, right? They'll show you how people in Europe, white people in Europe, dealt with each other when there's a plague. Like, they treat it like nothing's happening. kind of like you weed smokers when COVID hit. You didn't stop smoking the weed. You just smoked it in home. You invited niggas over to your house and passed around the blunt, even though everybody got COVID. Now you smoking on that COVID pack. You smoking on that Wuhan. You understand? Well, that's what you did. Because you learned that behavior from the white man. You learned that behavior from your oppressors. You didn't believe in quarantine. In the UPK, we believed in quarantine. If you caught the COVID-19 virus, you were quarantined. You did not come to the Sabbath service. You did not come to no classes and no feast days. You did not come around brothers or sisters passing that stuff around. You stayed home. That's what happened. That's what you did. Because we believe in quarantine. We believe in clean and unclean. Because you fall out the white man, you don't believe nothing about cleanliness. All right? So let's keep reading. Where we at? Verse 38. Then the priest shall go out of the house to the door of the house and shut up the house 7 days. And the priest shall come again the 7th day, and shall look, and behold, if the plague be spread in the walls of the house, then the priest shall command that they take away the stones in which the plague is, and they shall cast them into an unclean place without the city. So what does that mean? They're going to break down this section of this wall. They're going to demolish this wall. The plague is in that wall, and they're going to break that wall down, and they're going to set it. They're going to put it in the. They're going to put it in the. What's the good one? What do they call those things? You know, like the dump, like the city dump, right? The city dump is never in the city. You don't put the city dump in the city. You put the city dump outside the city because it's going to smell. It's unattractive. Nobody wants it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make people leave their homes if the city dump is in the middle of the city. City dump is always outside the city. And that's what this thing was. This unclean place is the city dump that all the unclean things go. All right? If you killed an unclean animal, or if an unclean animal died in the middle of the city, they would take that unclean animal and put it in the city dump. All right? If there was an unclean house and they had to break down the wall where the uncleanness was, they took those bricks from that unclean wall and put it in the city dump. All right? Verse 41. And he shall cause the house to be scraped within round about, and they shall pour out the dust that it's like, and they shall pour out the dust they scrape off without the city. So they would scrape the walls, I'm saying, all that dust that came off after scraping, and put it in the city dump. All right. Into an unclean place. Verse 42, and they shall take other stones, right, and put them in the place of those stones, and shall take other mortar, and shall plaster the house. So now they rebuilding the wall. They demoed the house, threw those bricks in the unclean place. They didn't reuse the bricks. They got rid of them. Got rid of the bricks, put them in the dump, the city dump. Move. Put them in the city dump, and then they rebuilt the wall with new, clean bricks and fresh mortar. All right, verse 43. And if the plague come again and break out in the house, after that he has taken away the stones, after he has scraped the house, and after it is plastered, then the priest shall come and look, and behold, if the plague be spread in the house, it is a spreading leprosy in the house. It is unclean. All right, verse 45, and he shall break down the house, the stones of it, and the timber thereof, and all the mortar of the house. right, so he's gonna tear this whole house down. What is timber? Timber is wood. I'm sure many of you know that, especially if you are familiar with, you know, lumberjacks or whatever. And why do they say timber? Because they're letting you know that a tree is coming down. Right? Timber is another word for wood. So they're gonna tear down the stones, the plaster that's on the wall. They're gonna tear down the bricks in the wall, and they're gonna tear down the wood frames. You have to build a house with wood frame. All right. Nowadays we use wood frames, sheetrocks, and cinder blocks. So we're gonna tear all of that down, get rid of it, put that in the city down. Right? So, and he shall carry them forth out of the city into an unclean place. Verse 46. Moreover, he that goeth into the house, all the while that it is shut up, shall be unclean until the evening. Right? So that's another law on uncleanness that we deal with. I'm saying you unclean, you're either unclean, you're always unclean for a number or certain time period. Some uncleanness require you to be unclean until the evening, which is at sundown. Right? So you become unclean all the while the sun is up until the sun goes down. You are unclean. If you are unclean for 7 days, then of course that's 7 days until the sun goes down. Even is when the sun is down at sunset. Sometimes you have laws that are for uncleanness for months, right? Or yeah, I forget the exact number. But when a woman has her child, right? When she bears a child, she delivers that child, she's unclean. Forget the exact number. I can't think of the number exactly. But she's unclean for a while, longer than just 7 days. And if it's a girl, even longer. Okay? So we have laws of uncleanness and quarantine. That's what it means when it says you shall be unclean till the even. You have to quarantine. All right, there's no coming around other people because that uncleanness could spread. The woman is on her flower. Whoever she touches while she's on her flower, they become unclean. All right, if she sits on something and her flower gets on that seat is unclean. If anybody sits on that unclean seat, they're unclean. All right, so this is how uncleanness spreads. So we have laws that tell us how to deal with uncleanness. We have laws on quarantine and cleaning and bathing. All right, washing our clothes. We have who doesn't have that law? Your oppressor. The oppressor doesn't have that law. This is why he had to be taught by Moors how to bathe. Even today, they don't use soap. Don't shoot the messenger. They don't use soap. You know what I'm saying? They don't use rags. Still to this day. You know what I'm saying? They don't use rags. They hop up in the water, in the shower, they shampoo their hair, and then they let the water run down from their head to their body, and they call that bathing. They call that shower. So, I mean, that's what it is. In our culture, though, we use rags. We use soap. We shampoo our hair, but that's not all we do. How many of y'all shampoo your hair, let it sit, and then go on washing your body, and then rinse all that up? I'm pretty sure we all do. I mean, I think that's how every black person, every Hispanic showers that way. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. Or do you shampoo your hair, wash it out, then put the conditioner in, then wash your body, let that sit, and then wash everything from head to toe afterwards? That's how I was brought up. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do things, man, because we are just a clean people. And that's how we rock. Can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for my people. Now, somebody disagree. Somebody write in the comments if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section, if you bathe once a week with no soap, let me know. I mean, you know, we trying to understand. So I'm trying to see something. Maybe I'm tripping. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and you only shower once a month or once a week or whenever, and you don't use soap, let us know, because I could be tripping. All right. Let's read verse 47 in the Hebrew. The book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 47. YAHANNA ba bayah ya kabas af ba gada yawa. I think it's Bagadawa. Akal ba bayah ya kabas af ba Bagadawa. Verse 48. Ba'a Yaba'a Hakahan Ra'aha YAHANNA La'a Pasha Ha Naga'ai Babayaf Akarya Ha Sak Af Ha Bayaf Wa Sahar Ha Kahan Af Habayaf Kaya Narapa'a Ha Naga'ai. Verse 49. Wala Kwak La Kata'af Af Abayaf Shafya Tazaparium Wa Aitiza Araz Wa Shanya Tawa La'if Wa Azab. Verse 50. Wa Shakat Af Ha Tazapar Ha Akaf All Kalya Karash Al Mayum Hayam. Verse 51. Walakwak Af Aitazah Ha Araz Wa Af Ha Azab Wa Af Shanya Hata Wala Aith Wa Af Ha Tazapar Ha Kaya Wa Sabal Atham Badam Ha Tazapar Ha Shaka was Ha Shakawasa Wa Ba Mayam Ha Kayayam Waha Zaha All Abayaf Shabai Pa'aimium. Verse 52. Watasa'ah Af Ha Bayaf Badam Ha Tazapawar Wa Ba Mayam Ha Kayayam Wa Ba Tazapar Ha Kaya Wa Ba Ai Tazla Ha Araz Wa Ha Arazah Wa Ba Azab Wa Ba Shanya Ha the wall Ha Tawalai Ha the wall Aif Ha Tawalai. Verse 53. Wa Shalak Af Ha Tazapar Ha Kaya All Ma Kawataza La Ayar All Paya Ha Shadab Wa Kapar Al Abayat Wa Sahar. Verse 54. Za'ath Ha Sarah Lakal Nagai Ha Taza Ra'aith Wala Nasak. Verse 55. Wala Taza Ra'aith Ha Bagad Wa Lab Yaf. Verse 56. Wa La Sha'af YAHANNA haraf in English. All right. The book of Leviticus, chapter 14, verse 47. And he that lieth in the house shall wash his clothes, and he that eateth in the house shall wash his clothes. And if the priest shall come in and look upon it, and behold, the plague hath not spread in the house, after the house was plastered, then the priest shall pronounce the house clean, because the plague is healed. Verse 49. He shall take to cleanse the house 2 birds, and cedar wood, and scarlet and hyssop. So after 7 days, after scraping all the stuff off the wall, taking down the wall that was plagued, and rebuilding it, or completely destroying the house and rebuilding the house. You know what I'm saying? After 7 days, if the house is clean, then he's gonna pronounce it clean. He'll say, all right, this is a clean house. Now he's going to take 2 birds, right, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop, and he shall kill the one of the birds in an earthen vessel. All right, what is an earthen vessel? Earthen vessel, think like a vase made out of clay. Right? He's gonna kill the bird in a clay pot over running water. Verse 51. And he shall take the cedar wood and the hyssop. All right, wait, real quick. Let me get hyssop. Better yet? Here we go. Hyssop. All right, hyssop seed plants. Right? I mean, plants. Seed plants. All right, plants of the Bible. The following plants are mentioned in the Bible. Some of them are not identifiable. Algum tree, almond, almug tree, probably identical with algum. Aloes, translated odors. Omamum, anise, apple. Many think that the apricot is mint. Okay. Aspalathus, balm, barley, bdellium, beans, bush, trees. I'm looking for hyssop. Let's get the hyssop. Of course, we got all of these plants because so many plants are written in the Bible. All right, well, the point of the matter is, it is a plant. All right? I think we understand that. Hyssop is a plant. Probably a fruit. Let me see. Maybe let me get the definition. It says a small, bushy, aromatic plant of the mint family, with bitter, minty leaves of which are used in cooking and herbal medicine. In biblical use, a wild shrub of uncertain identity whose twigs were used for sprinkling in ancient Jewish rites of purification. All right, so it's a plant. All right, that much we know. Let's go back to it. Boom. He shall take the cedar wood and the hyssop and the scarlet. Scarlet is red. And the living bird, and dip them in the blood of the slain bird, and in the running water, and sprinkle the house 7 times. So we're going to take this cedar wood, this plant, this hyssop plant, and a bird in the scarlet. I'm guessing fabric, right? Red fabric, right? And dip them all in blood. You're going to go around the house, sprinkle it 7 times with the blood and the water. Right? Verse 52. And he shall cleanse the house with the blood of the bird, and with the running water, and with the living bird, and with the cedar wood, and with the hyssop, and with the scarlet. But now, just so y'all know, do not go doing this in America. You will be called an extremist. You will be called a cult leader. You will be called all types of things if you do this. You understand? This is not the kingdom. All right? Again, you don't have the temple. You don't have a temple to do cleansing ceremonies and things like that. You know what I mean? Do this in America. If you take your cat and you chop its heads off, first of all, a cat is not a clean animal, so you wouldn't be able to do it anyway. But take that animal and you start sprinkling blood around your house, they're going to call you a witch. All right? I'm just letting you know. This is, the Lord commanded these men to do this in these days. But right now, you do that, you're going to end up in a dungeon soon. All right? You're going to end up underground, hanging from your legs and arms. So, don't do it. It's a fair one. Verse 52. And he shall cleanse the house. 53. But he shall let go the living bird out of the city into the open field, and make an atonement for the house, and it shall be clean. Verse 54. This is the law of all manner of plague of leprosy and scald, and for the leprosy of a garment and of a house, and for a rising, and for a scab, and for a bright spot. All right. So that is the conclusion of the Sabbath service for today. All right. I remind you. Well, first of all, before y'all stand, SHALAM. Imagine upon Yahweh, you stand, turn and face the east. We'll say the prayers. First in the Hebrew, then in the English, starting with the Lord's Prayer. Repeat after me. I.S.U.P.K, I.Y.A.H.N.N.A, all Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, I.Z.A.R.Y.A, I.Z.A.R.Y.A, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, I.S.H.A, Shemayim, Wa'aratiza, Al-Yadan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Ha-Na, La-A, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yahushan, Jawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamum, Ha Shamash, La'ayakaka, Wayarak, Malayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makora, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, sorry, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aitim, Ma'ai Awalam. In the English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. This is Psalms 121. I apologize. I'm just going to continue. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. Whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahweh shall neither slumber nor sleep. How is thy keeper? How is thy shade upon thy right hand? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, this time forward, and even forevermore. All right, now we're going to move to the Lord's Prayer. It's a lot. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakuta, Raba'ah, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamai, the thunder now, the come, call, the woman, Wasalakla now, Kabo Wat now, Kasalak now, Kabo Wat ya now, Wala'a, Daba Ya'anawa, Banasaya one, a ball, I was shy now, right? Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Ha Malakut, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La I Walami, a month. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakak the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babu Kusha, the thunder now. Hakak, Lara Pa'a, Call Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Ha Matazarai, Hakak, Hakwe, Ha Maki, Hakak, Arakawa, Ha Tama'al, the Garshan, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water month. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Bless, it's like a blessing. Rakata Yahweh, Wa Yahushua, Wa Mayaka Wa Alahai, Matazab Ya'a al Wap Yahanna, Ha al Wap, Ha Sarani, Ha Quatayani, Ha Kayayali, Ha Kayayali, Waha Wati, Hawa, Basham Yahushua, the water of month. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Psalm 83. Alahayo, all the Mayalaka, all the Karash, all the Shakwat, all YAHANNA, our YAHWH, Yahweh one, Wa Mashanayaka, Nasha Awa, Ma'ash, Al Imaka, our Yamwa, so why ya that your eye to the what? I'll tell the one you could Amaru, Nakau, one Kakita, Magoya, Wala, Yaza car, Sham Yasha Allah, I wa, Kaya, now I to the what? La, Yakadwa, Aoyaka, Maya, Yakaratu, Ahoy, out of one. Waya Samaya Yam, Mawaba, Wahagaria, the ball, I'm a one, I'm a luck, Palasha, I'm Yashabi, Taza war, Gam Asha war, Nalawa, I mum, Hayawa, Darawa, the Bunya Lawat, Salah, I Shalaham, Kamadi, Kasaya Sarah, Kayabi, Banakal, Yashmu, Nashamadi, by Yandara, Hayawa, the Mun, the the Ma, say the Thumbwood, now the Yamu, Ka'ira, Wakazaaba, Wakazabak, Wakazalmana, Call Nasi Kamu, Ashar, Amaru, Na Yarasha, Lana Waf, Ath, Na Awaf, Allahayah, Allahayah, say Thamu, Kagogala, Kakwash, the Punyuraka, Ka'ach, the Iri Iri, Wakalahaba, Salahat, Haryam, Khan, Daradapma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa Paka, Dabahala, Mala'ab, Punyaham, Follow one. Why you have a question? Some cup, Yahweh, Yabashua. Why you have a hole? I. Why you have Kaparu? Why you have Badu? Why you have the Ayu? Kaya, Athab, some cup, Yahweh, Yabaka. All you want. I'll call her Aratza. In the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel will be no more remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zaed. Yeah, all their princes, as the Ba, and as the moon, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yet let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Got to the top, hands down. Sisters can be seated. All right, with Israel, I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers in the class. With Israel, Imam Shabbat, Ahmadu, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Brakathon. That's the top, it's down. Sisters can stand. With Israel, turn and face the sisters. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. With Israel, Imam Shabbat, Ahmadu, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Lathan Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's the top, it's down. That concludes Sabbath service. The water, Princess Nizam. Catch y'all next time.
Yeah, Babylon is falling.